My friends at Torah Anytime and elsewhere, I want to tell you a very powerful lesson. We often go through life and we tell ourselves a story. We look at the reality and it's too painful for us. And we make up a story somehow to make it a little bit easier. Not because it's true, because we're all ignoring the emes. Because we know there's something inside of us that has to change. Maybe I'm a little lazy. Maybe I'm too hard on myself. Maybe I'm not considerate enough of somebody else. And I want to take that emes and add a little something to it and make up a little story and make it better. But the truth is that if you take the word emes, the gematria of the word emes is 441. If you add a little story, a little spin, a little add something to the truth, you add something that's very small, something katan, you add katan, small, is the gematria of 159, you get to sheker. One slight deviation from the truth brings us to sheker, to falsehood. And what's worse about that is that we're lying to ourselves and we're losing out what our potential is. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to you, my son, my child, my daughter, I love you, I care about you, I want to give you what's best. Sometimes that's hard. Sometimes that's difficult. Sometimes what you have is you don't like it and you might be afraid and you want to change it. But it's not going to be real and you won't be able to get to what you really need to get to in your life. If you look very carefully at the words of emes, that's 441, and you add something katan, 159, you get to sheker. But it goes more. If you look at the emes, the situation that Hashem puts us in right now, and you add ani poched, I'm afraid, then you get to sheker. We take the reality that Hashem gives us, and we're afraid. And we say, I forget, Hashem, you love me, you care about me. And what you're doing is the best for me. So I allow my fear to be added to the emes. I take emes, 441, and I add ani poched, I'm afraid, 159, I get the sheker, 600. Every single time we're willing to look at the reality as it is, the emes, and say, Hashem, I know you're doing this because you love me. That I'm willing to not be afraid. I know it's going to be okay in the end, because just like a father and a mother love the child, they wouldn't hurt the child. And if doing something hard for the child, do it because the child so badly needs that, then they won't be afraid. As a matter of fact, the gematria of the word emes is the same gematria as ohevotcha, I love you. Hashem is telling us, look at that truth. It's hard. I know it's hard. I know you want to add to that truth. Ani poched, I'm afraid, and you're going to get to sheker. But that's not the way to do it. That's not the way to get to the connection that we have of I love you. And it goes even further. Hashem says, the purest part of who you are, the strongest part of who you are, is your neshama. And the emes is the same gematria, emes 441, as Elokai neshama. Your core is emes. Your ability to deal with reality is emes. It's your neshama. And the neshama is what connects you to me. It's the part of me that's in you, Hashem says. It's the part that shows you, ani ohevotcha. And don't let that Yetzer Hara tell you, ani poched. Because if you do that, it's sheker. Our relationship is further away from each other. It's not close anymore. And I want the best for you. We should all be zoicha.